watching 48 Fastcast.
All right, y'all, 7:01. Thanks for joining us for the 48 Fastcast this morning. It is a pretty okay start, pretty mild out there, not too chilly, and today will be nearing 70 and sunny, so just a perfect February day.
Yeah, I mean, considering what we've gone through the past few weeks, I mean, coming to a day like this really feels good, Eric.
Coming in on a Monday, Gina, fresh off vacation with Monday optimism. That's how you know the forecast is going to live up to the hype. Yeah, temperatures are still cool this morning, 30s and 40s. But it is one of the warmer mornings we've seen here lately. Even by 8 o'clock, we're in the mid to upper 40s. The warm up today happening very fast. A lot of that is courtesy of the February sunshine, also tacking on that warming wind. But our actual highs today just shy of 70 degrees for this afternoon. Great day to take the kids outside after school, have them run around, get some fresh air. 30s and 40s depends on where you're waking up. 45 Decatur, 43 Coleman, and we've got 44 in Athens. Just in general, a warmer week ahead. Temperatures will be above average, even hitting 71 tomorrow, and that's with cloud cover and even some periods of drizzle. Wettest day of the week will be Wednesday, mostly during the morning, so it could be impactful for your morning drive to work or school on Wednesday. And we've got more chances for rain, even some thunder possible as we go into this coming Valentine's Day weekend.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
All right, we have a new crash in Huntsville. This is on Research Park Boulevard here near Ardmore Highway, causing some delays there. This is actually in the southbound lane. So if you're traveling through there, just be aware of that, causing some issues. Also seeing that accident still on Highway 72 right near County Line Road there. Taking you now to another wreck. This one is in Decatur. So this is on Joe Wheeler Highway here right near Woodall Road. Does not seem to be causing any delays, so that's some good news there. Drive time starting to pick up a bit. Decatur to Huntsville about 24 minutes. Hampton Cove to Huntsville about 13. Well, right now, 4 business owners in Fayetteville are trying to figure out how to move forward after a massive fire this weekend. Several apartments above those businesses were also destroyed, leaving some families without a home. The 4 businesses that were destroyed are Mercantile on Market, the Skin Refinery, Young Vintage, and the Dance Academy Fayetteville. It took crews 10 hours to get the flames under control. One Fayetteville business owner is still in shock this morning.
I started getting pictures and messages this morning that these places I was just in, our friends' operations were just completely gone, and just now they're just rubble with nothing to even attempt to recover.
Now, Rob Barnett, who you just heard from there, says this fire will change the city forever. 3 firefighters were injured putting out those flames, but they are all expected to be okay.
Well, this morning, Fayetteville city leaders are also working to figure out how they'll rebuild and recover from this massive fire.
Yeah, this effort will likely take some time. 48 Sarah Grace Kennedy joins us live in downtown Fayetteville now. And Sarah Grace, city leaders say they're taking this one step at a time.
Right, the city alderman Joseph Faulkner says that their main focus right now is making sure that this fire doesn't start up again. And I'm going to step out of the way so you can see what the scene looks like this morning now that the sun is out. But you can see that these buildings are completely destroyed. Crews are out here shoveling up bricks and debris from the fire. You can even still smell the smoke from yesterday. And Fayetteville Mayor Donna Hartman says that this situation is just devastating. She says she's heartbroken for the residents who are without homes and the business owners who lost everything. Fayetteville City Police Officer Jesse Casa says that large equipment will be used to demolish the damaged buildings. Casa says that he knew how bad the fire was before he arrived. He tells us he could see the thick haze of smoke from miles away yesterday. And City Alderman Joseph Faulkner says that it's been truly inspiring to see how the community has rallied to support one another.
When we go through adversity like this, it really shows what this community is made of, that we have people showing up to just support our firemen, support our first responders in ways that you would never even think. Just to be there to bring food and water and Gatorade. I think it's a huge thing to say about our community, that we'll show up and we'll support our community.
Faulkner encourages people to keep checking the city's social media pages for updates on how they can help the community during these times. And investigators say they are not sure how the fire started. Live in Fayetteville, Sarah Grace Kennedy, 48 on your side.
All right, thanks, Sarah Grace. Well, now to a story you only see here on 48. Shocking new developments in an alleged mass shooting case in Huntsville. Defense attorneys for Ashton Elliott allege that more than a dozen pieces of crucial evidence are gone. This dates back to January of 2023 when several people started shooting at a birthday party in Brownsboro. 2 people were killed, dozens of others were hurt. Now, following that shooting, Ashton Elliott was arrested and charged with murder and assault. 3 other people also charged in connection with this case. Yesterday, though, Elliott's attorneys asked the judge to drop the charges. They claim that video files of 14 key interviews with witnesses and other suspects are now gone. Elliott's legal team says the DA's office was never given the video statements by law enforcement. They also say that since the evidence is lost, it would be impossible to have a fair trial. Now, we have reached out to the Madison County Sheriff's Office for comment, and we're told that a new statement should be coming later today. Ashton Elliott is currently set to go on trial sometime this summer. And this just in, a federal grand jury indicted a Madison County sex offender on child pornography charges. Jeremy Scott Hatfield was indicted for transportation and possession of child porn. Hatfield landed on the sex offender registry after his indictment on similar federal charges back in 2019. Now, he's currently in federal custody awaiting a hearing date before a judge. Coleman police should update us later today on the name of the person who died in a motorcycle wreck. Now, this happened yesterday afternoon near the intersection of Highway 157 and County Road 1339. Authorities tell us the driver of a semi-truck collided with a motorcycle driver and the motorcyclist was killed. The driver of that semi was not hurt. Happening today in Marshall County, mother who nearly beat her 2-year-old daughter to death will learn her sentence. Carmen Casanova's young daughter was found with bruises, a busted lip, and several brain and neck injuries back in 2022. She also waited an hour to call 911 after finding her daughter unresponsive. Marshall County prosecutors have said that she beat and hit her child on multiple occasions. The child has since recovered and been adopted. She faces life in prison when she's sentenced at 9 a.m. Also today, Muscle Shoals city leaders are set to hold a hearing regarding the recent firing of a former city clerk, Brittany Walker. That's according to our media partners at the Times Daily. Walker was fired late last month following an investigation into the city's finances. She was also accused of misusing a city vehicle and improperly changing employee schedules. Walker has claimed that she did nothing wrong. She's asking the city council to give her job back. Today's hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m.
All new this morning, an Athens drug trafficker will spend the rest of his life in prison. Jeffrey Madry was sentenced Friday. He was previously found guilty of trafficking meth and cocaine, as well as on numerous weapons charges. Madry was arrested back in 2019 in what investigators called one of the biggest drug busts in recent history. Investigators found $29,000 in cash and 3 pounds of cocaine and meth inside a Limestone County home. They also found several guns. The sheriff's office says Madry was helping give drugs to dozens of other dealers across the area before his arrest. Also new this morning, the Florence Police Department needs your help finding a missing man they believe is endangered. 86-year-old William Dillard was last seen Thursday near the Smithwood Apartments. That's just north of UNA's campus. Florence police say he has a condition that might impair his judgment. So if you see him or know where he is, call Florence Police.
Well, happening later today, a man accused of pretending to be a teenager's father, checking her out of school, and then sexually assaulting her is set to go on trial. Investigators say Justin Stevens of Kentucky went to Central High School, which is in Florence, before checking out a student who he claimed was his daughter. Lauderdale County prosecutors say he then raped her at a nearby hotel. Authorities believe he met the teen on social media. His trial is set to start later this morning.
Also new this morning, one person was killed in a wreck in Giles County. This happened on State Route 166 near Pulaski. The Tennessee Highway Patrol says one person died in that one-car crash. Further details were not released, including the identity of that person.
Well, a former Pulaski daycare worker will spend the next several years behind bars. Erica Coleman abused multiple children while working at Kid City, USA. Now, she was just sentenced to 12 years in prison. Coleman was originally arrested in March of 2025 after a parent complained. Now, she later pled guilty to nearly 200 counts of assault and child abuse. Coleman was even caught on video smacking and pushing the children, as well as kicking their chairs. There was even one incident where she picked up a child by the throat. Now, she must serve at least 6 years in prison before being eligible for release.
We beg you now to return our mother to us.
Well, it's now been more than a week since Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, disappeared. Right now, investigators are searching for any possible leads that may help bring her home. Pima County Sheriff's Office believes someone abducted her from her Tucson house. Savannah Guthrie and her siblings released a video over the weekend agreeing to pay a ransom to free their mother. Some ransom notes have been sent to Tucson newsrooms and TMZ. One demanded $6 million in Bitcoin by Monday. Authorities are still trying to confirm if the ransom notes are legitimate. One of Guthrie's neighbors says she no longer feels safe in her own home.
I'm just horrified for her and what might have happened to her. Just can't understand how this happened.
The FBI has put up billboards throughout Arizona and surrounding states hoping for information. There's a $50,000 reward for any information that could help lead to Guthrie's safe return. Authorities are worried about her health since she takes numerous medications. Time right now, 7:12. Valentine's Day is almost here, which unfortunately means romance scams are on the rise.
Yeah, and this morning we're on your side warning you about a new popular text scam. 48's Claudia Peppenhorst joins us live from in front of the Better Business Bureau in Huntsville. And Claudia, you actually got one of these texts yourself.
Yeah, I sure did. And it seems harmless at first, a text message from a random number. For example, the one I received said, "Hey, missed you at the gym today," making it seem like maybe just someone had a wrong number. But really, these people are trying to scam you. Karen Reeves with the Better Business Bureau of North Alabama says this smishing scam is rising in popularity right now. The goal is to get you to respond to them and then try to form some sort of relationship with you, whether that be romantic or just a friendship. After building the relationship, they'll start asking for money or even an investment in a company. Reeves added that scammers are also heavily relying on payment apps these days because once you send them money through that platform, you cannot get it back.
They're trying to develop a romance scam with someone. They may share a story about I was in a bad breakup. A relationship ended and then try to just go from there and develop a relationship, which can turn into what we term a financial grooming scam.
So the bottom line is these scammers want your money. So yes, love is in the air this time of year, but just be wary of any text messages you receive from an unknown number. Reeves recommends that you do not reply to them and then also block the number for good measure. Reporting live in Huntsville, Claudia Peppenhorst, 48 on your side.
Claudia, thank you. It soon could be easier for your daughter to get needed sanitary products at school for free. Tennessee lawmakers are considering a bill that, if approved, would open the door for feminine hygiene vending machines to be installed at high schools. The machines would have tampons, pads, and other similar items inside. Well, another bill being considered could help more families in Tennessee feed their children during the summer months. Some lawmakers are working to make sure that the state opts into the Summer Electronic Benefit Transfer program. The federal program gives eligible families money for groceries during the summer when school is out. Children who normally get free or reduced lunch would be eligible for those benefits. If passed, the law would go into effect on July 1st.
Public universities across our state may soon have to create more contingency plans if federal educational funding is cut. This comes as President Donald Trump has restricted federal research grants. A measure being sponsored by State Representative Arthur Orr of Decatur would require universities to create a written plan if their federal funding is cut. The bill has already passed the Senate and now heads to the State House.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. A lot of good sports. Winter Olympics, of course. You could catch a lot of that right here on WAFF 48, along with the big game last night. Temperatures this morning, 30s and 40s to start off. So it is still a cool morning, but our temps are going to warm very quickly. At noon today, we're in the low to mid 60s. Would be a nice day to take your lunch outside, enjoy a little sunshine, some fresh air, and then our afternoon highs will be near 70 degrees. Probably just shy of 70, but you could see 70 out in the shoals. This is tomorrow. Could have some patchy but dense fog tomorrow morning. Maybe some pockets of drizzle or light showers occasionally off and on through the day Tuesday. But the heavier rainfall will start to move in late Tuesday night, overnight into your Wednesday morning drive.
Well, still to come on the Fastcast today, a new social media trend might be putting your data at risk. What you can do to keep safe.
Welcome back. Well, NIL and the transfer portal have changed the game of college sports and specifically college football dramatically. This morning, we're hearing from a local athlete about his journey trying to navigate this new landscape. Now, Gio Lopez is a former 3-star recruit from James Clemens High School, and he graduated in 2023. And since then, he's played for South Alabama, the University of North Carolina, and now Wake Forest. 3 schools in 4 years might sound like a lot, but Lopez, of course, isn't alone. A lot of kids in college are doing this. The NCAA says more than 10,000 players recently entered the transfer portal across all 3 divisions.
If you get life-changing money like some of these guys, like, understandably, you got to take that opportunity. But, like, if you're in a situation where, like, you feel like, okay, like, here I could get 800,000, here I could get, like, 645 or 650, which is, you are making less money, but you feel like it's a better team or a better situation. Sometimes, like, I think the pay, personally, I would tell you the pay cut's worth it to play somewhere where you're going to enjoy yourself.
Forbes estimates that NCAA athletes will rake in almost $2 billion in NIL deals in 2026.
Now to a 48 safety alert. There's a new popular social media trend you've probably seen. People are posting AI caricatures of themselves. However, posting the images may not be the best idea. A UAB cybersecurity expert wants you to know that when you upload photos to something like ChatGPT, you're releasing more than just a picture. The technology learns from your photo and then can use it to make other images. There's also a possibility that your photo could be leaked, putting you at risk of your image being used for deep fakes or identity theft. However, there is a simple way to protect your data.
The quick suggestion is that you don't share the information with the model. So even you use the AI services, so there is an option that I don't want to share my data with the model. If you don't want to share your data with the model, they won't learn anything from you. They won't collect the data. So even they are in the chat history, but the model won't learn anything from there.
Now, if you are using ChatGPT, click on your profile icon, select settings, and then go to data controls. Then click the improve the model for everyone option and turn that off. Well, the Super Bowl has come and gone, and so has the Puppy Bowl. Many of you probably flipped over to it. But did you know that there's a Puppy Bowl right here in Huntsville? Notorious DOG Animal Rescue held the event at the Rocket City Dog Bar yesterday. It was the perfect chance for dog owners and dog lovers to come together and watch the game. There were also some pups up for adoption.
This is what, our 3rd year in business, and every year this is one of the highlights of it, where we get to actually, bring pups that need to find a new home here to do just that, and it's just been so much fun to do it. And I mean, what's the point? What's the purpose? The mission? Just to take care of dogs. That's what we're all about here.
I love that. Great mission. If you're interested in finding a new furry family member, you can check out the Rocket City Dog Bar on social media or the Notorious DOG Dog Rescue.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Who doesn't love a good puppy bowl? For today, temps 30s and 40s, but later on this afternoon, thanks to sunshine and a warming wind from the southwest, we'll hit a high just around 70 degrees. Tomorrow brings in more clouds, maybe some drizzle occasionally through the day on Tuesday, but a lot of the rainfall is going to hold off until Tuesday night into Wednesday. Particularly the morning hours on Wednesday could be impactful for that morning drive. And we've got more rain chances as we go into Friday and this upcoming Valentine's Valentine's Day weekend. For mid to late morning tomorrow, most of that will probably just be some pockets of drizzle, and then increasing chances for rain showers. Should start off as scattered at best by late Tuesday night, overnight into your Wednesday. How much rain are we expecting? Well, this rain event is definitely not going to be evenly distributed. If you look at some of the model data here, kind of pulling in some of those bands of heavier rainfall, I would say expect about 2/10 of an inch of rain. Some of you maybe up to half an inch. For today, though, sunny, no rain, high temps in the upper 60s.
I just really want to come back again and buy some more gingerbread men.
We could go shopping and then we can come here and continue the tradition.
Well, still to come this morning, a beloved Alabama bakery is closing after nearly 90 years. Why community members say it means so much to them.
I still come and buy little cookies for them and take them as a treat.
Well, after nearly 90 years, a popular Central Alabama bakery is closing its doors. This morning, community members are sharing what they'll miss most about visiting the Savage's Bakery in Homewood. It's set to close on Valentine's Day. The news was rather unexpected for loyal customer Patty Horn. She's been a customer at Savage's since 1967. She even passed that love on to her grandchildren. Customers are rushing to grab one more dessert before the bakery is closed for good.
Got to get some of those orange rolls and maybe a cake.
It's the perfect blend of spices and softness and yet a little bit of a crunch.
Now, the owner of the bakery did not announce why it's closing. Now, Savage's first opened back in 1939.
Well, check this out. There's a new addition to the Anderson County Courthouse in Tennessee. His name is Shrek, and he's a 3-week-old lamb. Shrek is an animal ambassador, and he's there to highlight the importance of agriculture programs.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Well, Shrek is happy on this Monday morning, and I'm thrilled with the forecast for today. We're still cool this morning as our temps are in the 30s and 40s, but look at the warm-up we have coming, hitting a high temperature of 69 degrees, not too windy, a lot of February sunshine, and that means it is a picture-perfect day to take the kids out to the park or the playground. And if your kids are returning from the bus stop later on today, try and say no video games, maybe go run around outside, get some fresh air. 49 tonight. We are anticipating some patchy but possibly dense fog to develop as we go into your Tuesday morning drive to work at school. 71, some drizzle occasionally tomorrow. Most of the rain holds off though until Wednesday morning, but our temperatures across the board on your 10-day, we've got no winter scares. We've got a few chances for rain, but I think the general consensus is people are ready for a warm up, and this is it.
This is the day, man. This is the day to get out and enjoy yourself, take kids to the park, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, have a good one, y'all.